Hey, what's up guys? It's Bing the TechVenger. Now, the Galaxy S10E, the S10, and the S10 Plus have all been announced, and up here in Canada, pre-orders start shipping March 5th. This video pretty much gives you an idea and our thought process on why we chose this specific device. Of course, we aren't rich and famous YouTubers, so we can't have every phone in the lineup, but that also gives us a bit of an advantage, as we pretty much are like the average consumer. We have a choice of one device, and we have to choose wisely, as this could be potentially our daily driver. I'm a bit more of a power user, and I want my device to be more than just a basic smartphone that does calling, texting, and snapping some pics. So let's show you why we settled on the Galaxy S10E. Now, when we were deciding between the three, the first question we asked ourselves was what we want out of Samsung's newest offering. Here's what we listed. We want 1. Something that can last a full day. Now, each one of these devices have good batteries, but the S10 and S10 Plus have significantly larger batteries than the S10E at 3800 and 4100 milliamps respectively. However, the S9 only had a 3000 milliamp battery, and that lasted all day, and then some. So with a 3100 milliamp battery along with an improved battery efficient processor, as well as Android Pie on board, we think that the S10E will definitely last us a full day. Next, we want a device that is easy to hold, preferably in one hand. The iPhone XS that Jer has is very easy to hold in one hand, and moving from top to bottom is not an issue. With a screen size of 5.8 inches and physical dimensions of 5.65 by 2.79 by 0.30 inches, it's very similar to the Galaxy S10e, which is in fact a bit smaller than the iPhone XS and has the same screen size. Now, the S10 is also very close to the iPhone XS dimensions, which measures at 5.9 by 2.77 by 0.31 inches. So it's also very tempting. But we are keeping in mind here that the base prices between the S10e and the S10 is roughly $240 Canadian. That's pretty significant. So if we are looking at the display size, I think the S10e is still a very good choice. When it comes to one-handing a device, the S10 Plus is definitely a write-off. It is close to the same size as a Pixel 2 XL, which is 6.22 by 3.02 by 0.31 inches. And that device was really hard to use with one hand only. They're all dynamic AMOLED screens, so in terms of color and consistency, the only difference is that the S10e has a 1080p display compared to the 4K display on the other two models. If it is anything like the iPhone XR display, which is fantastic at 1080p, I'm okay with saving the extra bit of cash. Not to mention, this is the only display in the S10 lineup that has a flat screen. I'm not a fan of those curved displays, especially when it comes to screen protectors, and I also prefer the flat look. Next up is the camera. When looking at all three devices, the only missing feature is a telephoto lens on the S10e. We've rarely used the telephoto on the iPhone XS, so this isn't much of an issue. I do love to do landscape photography, so having an ultra wide angle as opposed to a telephoto is perfectly okay with me, as I would probably use that more. If any of you out there don't want to make a sacrifice between the two, the S10 or S10 Plus is probably the best bet as it includes everything in one package. The main camera is the same across all three devices, which is fantastic, and as long as the camera on the S10e has OIS, which it does, I'm a happy camper. Even the lowest model records in 4K at 60 frames per second. That's fantastic. Now, looking at the processor, storage, and memory across all the devices, I think that 128GB is enough for our day-to-day usage. And plus we have expandable storage available with a micro SD slot. With Google Photos and the amount of storage that I have online, 128GB will suffice. Now, if I'm looking at just the 128GB model across the board, the difference in RAM is only 2GB. I honestly think that 6GB is more than enough to run all the apps and games I need, as well as multitask fluidly. I could bump up the RAM to 8GB with the 256GB storage model for the S10e, but I'm also curious to see how the lowest spec device handles Android and the new Samsung One UI. Honestly, the only thing that would affect performance at this point is the lower RAM. But if One UI can't run smooth on the 6GB model, then we have a problem. We are also curious to see how DeX will perform on this specific device, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification for when that video comes out. The last factor is the price. The S10e is the most affordable device out of the three, and if it checks out all of our requirements, I think it's worth giving it a shot. Everything else seems to be the same, from the processor, the IP68 water resistance, the fast wireless charging with PowerShare, and most of the software features. If I'm saving $240 to get the latest generation Galaxy device, I'm on board with that. If you are getting an S10 device this year, which one would you be eyeing and why? Let us know in the comments below. We are super pumped to get you our review on this S10e, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We might be a little bit late to the game, but we promise to take our time and deliver the most thorough review that we possibly can. What is also unfortunate, and this only applies to Canadian customers, is that we don't get the Galaxy Buds thrown in for free like our friends down south. But we are planning to get those and try them out. I'm especially curious to see how it compares to the AirPods, since the Pixel Buds didn't do so well. If you want to check out that video, it's right here. That's it for today, guys. I hope you're pumped just as we are. Bing out.